Hi, my name's Amy with Mommy Scrapping, and I love to memory keep in a variety of ways. Today I'm participating in the Scrap 5 October 2020 challenge, which is to create a layout with a bow, chipboard, 5 layers behind the photo, a white background, and sequins. I'm going to be doing this with a 12 by 12 layout, and I've decided that on my white background I am going to use some of the Nuvo Shimmer Powders. And I am pulling out the red which is called Catherine Wheel, and then the green, which is, I believe it's Atlantis Burst. Now you will find that I do not stick with just these two colors. I end up with the Atlantis Burst. It turned out a little too green for me, so I added in some blue blitz to help bring more of that green, or bring in more of the bluey teal instead of the green. Now, these shimmer powders are really fun to play with. They can give you a very various colors in the background with how the pigment is in there. It's a loose pigment, and then you can mix it with water. I am doing it though, almost making my own watercolor. And so I squirted some water into one of those little cups and added the Catherine Wheel, which is the red. And what I realize is that it is really, really, really faded out. So I add in some more because I really want this to be a nice strong red. The really cool thing about the Catherine Wheel is it has some yellows and oranges in it, as well as some gold. So you get some very nice gold reflection. It's really hard to see on camera, but it is there. Now with the Atlantis Burst, I'm pulling out another paintbrush so I can go ahead and do that. I only put 1 squirt of water in the little cup, which made it so much better. Now Atlantis Burst has a bunch of greens and blues and teals with a really pretty mint seafoam green type shimmer to it. Absolutely gorgeous. Not what I wanted though when I mixed it all as one. I've only made samples of these really with all the different colors. I've not really done any samples where I've mixed it to make my own watercolor. So I think that's going to be the next thing I'm adding into my swatch book. So with adding in blue blitz is mostly just shades of blue, and it has a nice blue sparkle to it. So putting that in there helped to bring in more of the blue tones for the background. Now I'm going to tell you honestly, if you look at this, and if I had just put the red on it, it would have looked like blood splatters. I'm not kidding on that. So that is one reason why anytime I splatter red, I always want to make sure there is another color involved. Now, I have not done this particular splattering technique. Usually I just tap the brush with my fingers, but I put some of the color on the acrylic block for the stamping, and then I went ahead and flicked it off of that. It made a really nice variety and let me do that diagonal from the top right to the bottom left. Now here you see the only thing I've done after I let it dry was to add the date stamp. Collections I'm using for this are 2 by Echo Park, Magical Adventure and Magical Adventure 2. It's odd because Echo Park's had like 3 different like Disney collections, and they all have different shades of blue, which makes mixing them a little hard for me. I have enough of this though that I'm just using what I got. I also have the 6x6 pad. I think with Magical Adventure 2 is the one I have, and I'm using some of the 6x6. I trimmed a little bit off this photo so I could matte with the 6x6 papers. I'm inking everything with my normal black soot, and I kind of want to do a bit of a messy stack here. So we are at Chef Mickey's. This is for my husband's birthday last year. We went down to Universal to visit, or to see Harry Potter World for my daughter's 11th birthday. And since we were in Florida, my husband's like, we have to go to Disney World for my birthday. Birthdays are only 2 days apart, so we took an extra day and spent one day at the Magic Kingdom at Disney. So doing all my various layers, I keep close to what the Disney color palette is. I don't know who decided that red, yellow, black, blue, and white were going to be the Disney color palette, because Disney's got a whole lot more colors than that. But I'm guessing it's Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, and that's kind of what everything's built off of. So I'm keeping with that. I am trying to let the white paper like shine a little bit more than I normally do. Normally I'm a pattern paper person and I want all those patterns in the back and I love having that. Having the plain white cardstock that of course I've already put splatters on was a little more of a challenge for me. Now this, what you're seeing, the blue and the black with the fireworks on it, those are actually A side, B side to one of the sheets, and those are scraps from another layout I did. I had trimmed it down, but I decided I needed a 5th layer, and I had used the 6x6 pads and then one leftover piece of a large sheet for my mats, and I wanted that 6th layer, and I decided to do some of these vertical strips, except they're 12 by 12 and I wanted to put them at an angle, which means I need more than 12 inches officially. So by cutting them in the middle, I'm going to be able to extend it down over the bottom of the page. So I'll just trim that part off and then I just cover up the cut line in the middle. This is one of my favorite ways to make use of so many scraps that are too small. If you look at a lot of the layouts, you don't see 12 inches across. All you're seeing is your eye thinks it's all there if you continue it like on the same angles like I did. But it doesn't always have to be there. Even this zigzag that I'm putting there, I could have cut out that big middle portion because that's what my photos are covering up. You would never know if I cut out the larger middle section because there isn't anything there and your eye still reads it as one complete strip across. So I went ahead and just trimmed off the top and bottom, and now I'm doing my layers. And normally I do not build my layers like this. I am a build from the photo back, and for some reason I decided to do from the back up, which is a little odd, but okay, whatever. And another odd thing, did you see that diagonal plaid that I did not use? I mean, hello, how did I not use a diagonal plaid? So this was also from the cut apart sheet, and I pulled out 3, and I used the red one, I used the black one. That white one with the blue ribbon, completely forgot to use until I was cleaning up, and you'll see why in a minute. It actually ends up underneath papers, and I am very much of an out of sight, out of mind scrapbooker. If I don't see it, I'm not going to use it, which is really something I noticed and paid attention to when it came to like organization within my craft room, because I have things out that I wouldn't normally have visible, but I have it out because if I don't, I'm never going to use it. That's probably why I don't use my stickles very much. They're stuck in a box and I actually have to remember. So pulling out my swatch book really is, and flipping through that helps me to remember to use it. So my title is going to be Chef Mickey's. I have these black glitter Fitzgerald stickers, which are the best font. American Crafts, if you're watching this for some weird reason, make Fitzgeralds in all the colors, please. Everybody loves these tall, skinny, thin letter stickers. They're fabulous, and they've got glitter on them, so you can't beat that. I have a red foam with a metallic chipboard top to do the word chef. That's the restaurant that we ate at. It's not anything where I've got a lot of stories or stuff to tell. This happens to be somewhere that my husband really likes to go for breakfast. And every year we've gone to Disney, which it's only been 3. We have stopped at Chef Mickey's for breakfast at least one of the days. So go ahead and putting that in. Now I have those 2 squares, the well hello there at the top left of the photo, and at the bottom right, it's a mouse thing, is the red. And this is when I'm like going, oh, shoot, I pulled out all this thread that I wanted to use. I pulled out these chipboard frames, which I have to use because, hello, it's one of the challenge pieces. I could not believe I completely forgot to put any of this in. So I'm going ahead, and one thing I like to do with these small chipboard frames is to just use them as the basis of the back part of the embellishment. So I will just frame scraps of pattern paper to put in there, choose the things that match, and go with it with that. Doing that really works well, so you know that the frame and the layers are all going to work well with each other, because you're using scraps from that collection. Now I am trying, I keep forgetting I have thread. Again, out of sight, out of mind. It's underneath my desk. Like, I can reach down and get it right now, but I don't see it, so I don't think to use it. I'm trying to channel my inner Missy Whidden. Missy Whidden, you are like my inspiration when it comes to those amazing messy thread nest things. I don't know how you do it. So I'm trying to peel things up because that seems to be my MO. It's not a layout by me unless I have peeled things off. So I am putting out some of the double-sided sticky tape and attempting to do these little nests. I end up doing all 4 of them. I use the yellow, black, red, and blue threads. This blue is more of a turquoisey blue, I guess you could say. And I decided I was going to put these little strips at the bottom. And when I was putting the strips at the bottom, I believe I was thinking, hey, you know what? I could add in that 3rd box. It'd be perfect. I've also decided at this point that I am hating this black thread. I cannot find where the end of it is. And I am getting frustrated because I'm trying not to destroy my nails. Like, I actually did my nails. Gorgeous navy blue color by Zoya called Ryan. Absolutely love it. And then I'm like, I'm going to mess them up trying to find this dang end of the thread. So I just pull some off from the middle and just like, this is what I'm going with. Who cares? I'm not sewing with it. So if it gets into knots, it doesn't matter. So the black is going to go up by the word chef. And I have got to turn my layouts. Watching people create these layouts and they're able to always have it straight up for the camera. It's just like, how do you do that? What kind of magic is this? I am constantly turning my layouts, like bending over them. I have to apologize on my lives all the time. Going, all right, I apologize for my gray hair because I gotta see this. This is not looking right to me like this. And when I look straight down, it's like, okay, this is working. So eventually I'm going to be figuring out that that date stamp is going to get covered up. You don't even see it when I'm done. So my idea of, hey, let's put the date stamp at the beginning. Brilliant idea there. I then completely covered it up because, you know, it's me. And why would I, you know, have less work for myself when I can make more? I really like that frame though. Little slide frame with the red and white polka dots. I think it's so fabulous. So I chose 3 different colored frames. The black with stars, the red with ledger, and then the light blue slide frame. And these frames are from Simple Stories, from whatever their Disney collection was called. Say Cheese. Was it Say Cheese? Yes. I don't know which Say Cheese. They have had like 4 of them. There goes, this is where I'm writing the date down. I, of course, smudge it almost immediately because, you know, me. And then I put this strip over it. Right now, sitting here filming, or not filming, but doing this voiceover, I'm looking at this strip and it needs something. So I am going to get a word sticker or something to put over that, I think, because it just feels naked. And I meant to actually have that to be the basis for the 3rd square, that white one with the blue ribbon, which I can't remember what it's called right now or what it says on it. So it makes sense why I left it empty. And then when my plans change, I kind of forgot to change all my plans because, you know, it's me. So inside each of those frames are going to get little stickers, just little bits to help add a little more without putting more on the white background, because the white background, even though it has those speckles, it gives a nice place for your eyes to rest. So you can take in all of the embellishment clusters without being overwhelmed by them. I think that might be one reason why, like, these messy nest threads are something I don't do very often, because I don't think they show up as well on the pattern paper. Now, there's a little teacup there. And that teacup, I would normally have used it for the teacup ride. However, it's red and the teacup ride is, you know, pinks and pastels. I'm like, it would be perfect in here. So each of the frames gets a Puffy sticker. The top one gets the Puffy teacup and saucer. Also gets the Puffy word celebrate. the black one at the middle gets a puffy heart, and then at the bottom is happy place. Let's see, there I just put in a little sticker of a cup. I've put in, at the bottom next to happy place, I put in a little Mickey Mouse head because I try to put a hidden Mickey somewhere in all of my layouts, of Disney at least. And I'm going through my checklist, making sure I have everything because I have forgotten things more times than I can count. Like, for instance, the sequins, like, and the bows. So these are bows I made up ahead of time. Again, I used scraps that I had, went ahead and just die cut them, and then I put a little gemstone at the center of each. It was some no-name bow die I got from somewhere and super cheap, but it makes bows in 3 different sizes. It's awesome. If I can find a bow die that is similar, I will try to link it down below. If not, I think you can Google bow die. They probably have them at scrapbook.com. But these are one that's like, oh my gosh, I have to have them when I started doing like manual die cutting, and then I never used it. Yeah. So if that orange at the bottom is not my shirt, I have a Tonic apron that we got. They had a really bad delay when the virus first got started, and so they gave free aprons to all of their craft kit customers who patiently waited for their March kit to show up in May. So it really came in handy. I put it on to do all of the sprinkling because I tend to get every bit of ink possible on me whenever I work, and that did a super job of protecting my clothes. So putting in this particular sequin mix, I believe I got it at scrapbook.com. I'm looking to see, it actually has Mickey head shaped sequins in it. And again, if I can find it, I will link it down below, and I can't. It's not in my little, it's not in with all my sequins, so it's probably with all my Disney stuff. So anyways, sorry about that. So I'm adding in the final touches, and then I go, it's Nuvo drop time, so I'm wrapping up. If you are not a subscriber, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. I am bringing back my Happy Scrappy Lives. Right now I have them scheduled for Thursdays. That may change, but if you subscribe, then you'll always be notified. I am using, for my Nuvo drop colors, Red Berry, English Mustard, Calming Aqua, Simply White, and I can't remember the black one's name. Hold on, I got it right here. It is Ebony Black. So thank you so much for watching, and close-ups are coming up. I hope you have an absolutely lovely day. Bye!